In this video, we're exploring a group of buildings on a property dating back to 1875. The buildings served multiple uses through their lifespan, converting to scrap metal processing and fabrication around 1945. This mill sits on a little 7-acre piece of land with what used to be a rail line running right next to it. The rail line was ripped up and made into a multi-use trail. Records show the property dates back to 1875, with some smaller buildings listed on the property at that time. Around the 1900s, the current buildings were constructed, and you can see the time period reflected in their cement support structures when we go down into the basement. Good place for a cookout, I guess. This property suffered heavy contamination during its life. There's no drinking water sources in the area because of it. In 1997, 11 tons of petroleum contaminated soil was removed from the north central portion of the property. In 2010, another cleanup removed PCB contaminated fuel oil that was found in piping, sludge, dirt, and debris of the building. As far as site cleanup goes, the entire property is now a super fun site. Tracking down parties responsible for contamination has been incredibly difficult. To put it bluntly, cleanup has been a shit show. The records are a little confusing with their wording on the history of the building. It says metal fabrication began in 1945, but it also says the last owner started metal fabrication in 1960. It may have been a different process. In the 1960s, they began using scrap metal to fabricate capacitors and transformers. Those transformers were filled with PCBs, which unfortunately led to the heavy contamination. This generator was actually manufactured in another mill I explored several states away. It's pretty wild to find these little connections between locations I've been to. lot of the caution tape and this orange netting that you can see here is left behind from the cleanup operation. They removed a good deal of the debris and all of the contaminated soil, obviously, but they moved some of the equipment around and left some stuff behind as well. I had to be careful walking around. There weren't too many holes in the floor, but the ones that were there, you could pretty easily miss them and end up plummeting another 20 or 30 feet to the floor below. This upper level was the only place where I was really being careful where I was stepping. The apartment building across the way had a clear shot right into the building, so I assume they're used to people poking around in there, but I was just being careful and trying to not be seen by them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to catch all of our upcoming videos. See you next time.